welcome back to the channel. My name is Vanessa Canals and I am a maternity and beauty portrait photographer in South Florida. So one of my main goals in the studio is to create images that feel like they were taken somewhere completely different. In this portrait today, I wanted to bring the outside inside without the Florida heat, humidity, or any of those mosquitoes. This entire image was created using two constant lights, my main light being pushed through a 6-foot scrim to create a beautiful soft light onto my subject. Then behind her, I placed a second light and used foliage to cast organic shadows onto the curtain backdrop. The idea was to mimic sunlight filtering through tropical plants and create the feeling of being outside in a warm, natural environment. So in this video today, I'll walk you through the entire setup, showing you where I place each light and explain how a few simple modifiers and some strategically placed leaves can completely transform a studio space into something that feels organic and cinematic. So with that said, let's get this party started. All right, so I'm going to bring the outside inside today. I'm gonna be setting up my backdrop stand with my drop cloth. Behind the drop cloth, I'm gonna put all the foliage I have, my 2 palm trees, my ferns, just about a little bit of everything that I own, and that's gonna be behind the drop cloth. I'm gonna be shooting a constant light behind the backdrop to illuminate the shadows on the other side. So I'm getting it's gonna give a look of like we're shooting outside with the sun setting behind that drop cloth, and you're gonna see the shadows of all the foliage that's behind it. So that's the vision, that's the idea, outside, inside. Let's put it together. The actual backdrop that I chose was a drop cloth. So a drop cloth isn't fully solid where you could sort of see through it. You need to avoid using something completely solid because once you turn on this light, it will be hard to identify. And you can't use something completely clear because then it will not show shadows. It would just show the full foliage that you've placed there. So you have to pick something in the middle that will be able to give you shadows like you see here. So here is what it looks like behind the actual drop cloth. I have piled up all my things and just shot the light towards it, mimicking the sunlight coming from the back. So here's the light setup from the front. As you can see, I have my constant light shooting through my 6-foot scrim to illuminate the subject from the front. I did turn on the fan just to get her clothes moving a little bit, just to mimic that subtle wind movement as if we were outside. I also wanted to give the foliage in the back a little bit of a movement too, to give you that realistic effect when we were shooting video and content for reels. As I mentioned before, selecting your divider to create those shadows is very important. Make sure you pick something that's semi-opaque that the foliage will shoot through. I've tried this with other types of curtains and it was just too solid. You couldn't really see the lines of the palms or of any other leaves that I had a bit behind her. And I also went through the trouble of doing something sheer that was just way too sheer where you would see the green. And these drop cloth were a perfect middle ground. Here is the lighting diagram from the top, very self-explanatory. I used 2 constant lights, my 6-foot scrim to soften the light to her face, the backdrop stand with semi-opaque curtains, not sheer, and some foliage with identifiable shapes. And here's what the images turned out like. Nice, soft, warm glow. I'll be back next week with a new technique. See you then.